Good afternoon, Fort McMurray. Melanie Galea here, local realtor with Remax LaBiche Realty in Fort McMurray since 2007, and I am with
Barb Pinsent, local mortgage broker in Fort McMurray for years and years and years, mortgage broker for 5 years.
Awesome. All right, so we are meeting today. The theme of this show. It's a show. We're going to call it a show.
Yes, we are going to call it a show, and it is to keep people informed as to what it is Bank of Canada is doing when it makes its announcements 8 times per year. They, through those announcements or during those announcements, will let us know whether or not their prime overnight lending rate is changing. And that makes a difference to people who are in variable rate mortgages, as well as anybody who has a line of credit that revolves. So anything that revolves, student loans, some student loans are prime plus something. So if prime goes up, you're going to pay more. If it goes down, you're going to pay a little bit less. If it stays the same, you'll continue paying what it is that you're paying. And they did meet this morning and have announced that they're not going to change the overnight lending rate. So it's remaining at 1.75, their rate. Banks have a different rate, but they're borrowing from the Bank of Canada.
They base it on the Bank of Canada rate. So the name of the show, as Barb just dove right in because she's so excited, Let's Talk Lending.
Yes,
that's the name of our show.
Sorry, I cut you off.
I know, you're so cute. You're just so excited to just get right to it, right?
I'm so excited. Is that what it is?
Well, it is.
Bit nervous
it's excitement in the sense that the Bank of Canada rate isn't changing, which means that things are holding off for a little while, which is good. Yeah. So what does that mean for interest rates?
Means that they won't change. It means that the prime lending rate will not change. So right now, prime is 3.95%. Had there been a change with the Bank of Canada's announcement this morning, prime would have gone up or down. As it turns out, it didn't change, so it will remain the same. And most lenders, prime lending rate is 3.95% right now, so no change to it.
Okay, so let's talk lending in the sense that based on what they were saying today, how long do you think it'll be until we see a rate change? Because I want you to talk about the neutral range and what that means, because they talked about that.
Yeah, they did. Their neutral range, they want to see rates land or eventually be as high as 2 and I've got a cheat here, 2.25% to 3.5%. And the reason for that, if that does happen, it just means that our economy is doing better. So it's good on one hand and not good on the other hand, for those who are in variable rate mortgages or who have products that revolve with the prime lending rate. There probably is not going to be an increase in probably all of 2019, and nobody knows that for sure, of course, but that is what people are feeling, and the experts out there and groups that I'm a member of who we all have an opinion, and it is only just that, is an opinion. Nobody knows for sure. Things are not going as well. The economy isn't at a bust. It was, back in 2017, things were going so much better than they are right now. Global markets have something to do with that. Oil prices have something to do with that, especially here in Canada, of course. Right. Getting the oil to market is an issue. Yeah. Less confidence because, there are not as many investors who are looking to, to invest their money in oil right now for sure. The housing market slowdown is another reason that rates are not going to go up, because all of those things determine whether or not the government should in fact raise that.
So a couple things to talk about in Fort McMurray, because it doesn't feel like there's a slowdown in the housing market here. Would you agree with that?
I would, actually. It's definitely much busier than it was, thankfully. Yeah. We, I think, have some confidence back in our market now, which is good to see. The changes that were made to mortgage lending rules did have the impact that the government wanted them to have. Yeah. Even in places where maybe they weren't having issues, but for sure Vancouver and Toronto's markets were slowed down. Prices have not been going up as they were, and that was what they were looking to do with that. So, yeah, and we are definitely, I know that I'm much busier than I might have been a year ago, so it's terrific.
I'm with you too.
That confidence back again.
I'm feeling like I'm having as successful a year as it was in 2014. So if things keep going that way, I really hope so. Yeah. I just did the stats today. They're looking good. They're looking as good as last month.
Great.
We're starting to see the single family home inventory rise. In totality, it's over 300 homes in the entire city. And so, that's good because there's still buyers out there looking for the right home.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think, I've got a couple buyers that have been looking for a while. One finally found something.
Oh, good.
That's been looking for a long time, but people are still looking. Something that I did find interesting and I would say, Fort McMurray, buy below your means, not within them.
That's right.
So I saw a report that Equifax says that the highest debt of the province, per person without even a mortgage, is in Fort McMurray with $39,000.
Oh wow, I hadn't seen that. So that's interesting to know. Yeah.
So I think Edmonton was behind them at 28, either Edmonton or Calgary, and then the other was 23,000. So we're sort of leading the charge.
Yeah.
But I think we need to really look at being fiscally responsible.
Absolutely.
And getting our debt paid down, because if not, the government might make more changes, and we definitely
don't want them.
We definitely don't want that. No. So it's encouraging to see the Bank of Canada lending rate is holding tight for the moment, which is great news.
Yeah. And so if you're in that variable rate mortgage, you don't leave that yet. Don't lock into a fixed term. I would leave it be, because variable rates are still lower than fixed rates. Not as big a spread as there once was, like maybe a year ago, but still a good product to be in for sure.
When do you think it'll be advisable for people to lock in before things go up?
Well, it's kind of hard to lock in before things go up, because it's always a guessing game, and you'll hear so many different things, but you want to consider the rate it is that you have on the variable rate mortgage, weigh it against what the fixed rate looks like. If your one or two rate hikes is going to get you to where you might be in a fixed rate, then maybe you'd consider it at that point. But given the recent state of the economy, I would not lock in yet. No. And
you've heard maybe a little bit of a buzz that rates might even go down again.
A little bit, yeah. There are some out there who think that might happen as well.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, note to self: turn off text messaging when
doing
live.
Yeah.
And tell your boyfriend you're going live so he doesn't text you. God love him.
Yes. And boyfriends.
All right, note to self: edit this video before we launch it elsewhere. All right, so Barb, what do you think? Is there anything else that you want to leave people with today?
No, it feels good. That oil prices have come up a little bit is a good thing. Rates not changing are good for mortgage shopper or people looking to get a mortgage or in variable rate products. But it's good to see that oil prices are coming up a little bit. That we need to get some things resolved.
Yeah.
An election coming up. There's a lot of things on the go right now. So I think until that all gets looked after, we may not see any change in rates for a little while. The federal election certainly has some impact on rates.
Well, I think hopefully the next best step right now in the interim before the federal election happens is that we've had a change provincially.
Yeah.
And definitely for the side that is part of commerce that wants, is going to be a harder push for the oil sands and the pipeline and getting our oil to market.
Which we really need to do, obviously. Very important that happened. Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
And sooner rather than later.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So if you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to either Barb or myself. We're the dream team.
We are.
The first step, if you are looking for a home, is definitely use a financial advisor, use a mortgage broker to help you find the right rate for yourself, help you lock into the right plan, know where your credit is, and know how much money you can spend. Doesn't mean we spend all that much, but Barb, you're the person, you're the right first step. Anything more you want to say about that?
No, just to let everybody know that if ever they have any questions or, I'm always available and happy to answer any questions that you might have. That I'm a little off color here today. My apologies for that, but Yeah, no, I am always available and happy to answer any questions. And it is best to reach out to somebody who knows a little bit about what it is that they are doing, and somebody with some versatility. You know, I do have access to a number of different lenders, different products, different things are important to people when it comes to getting a mortgage. And that's why you want to give me a shout.
She's trying to say she has great experience. She'll get you what you need in a really fast way. And what I love about you, Barb, is your level of communication. You know, you really, every step of the way, you know, she communicates to me, the agent, and to, of course, you, the buyer, so that you know what's going on. Because sometimes nothing's going on, but just to know that at least, okay, we've acknowledged nothing's going on, and you kind of have a peace of mind that somebody's
Not
with you
forgotten.
Yeah, exactly.
Lost in a deep hole somewhere. Yeah.
So once Barb gets you ready, it's time to shop. Then that's where I step in, and I bring my 12 years of experience helping people buy and sell their homes. And I've seen lots of different things happen here the last couple of years. I've seen a couple market changes. So I will help you find the right home for you based on what your wants are, your needs are, and below your budget. So
there you go. Can't ask for more than that.
All right, so when's the next time we get to do the lending chat?
Oh gosh, good question. May 29th is the next meeting.
That's our next date, May 29th. We're going to keep you informed. Like I said, please reach out if you have any questions. We're happy to get you the right information you need about knowing exactly what's happening in the real estate market here in Fort McMurray and get you a good mortgage. So have a great day, everybody. Share this video, and if you've got any questions after watching it, please feel free to reach out and have a great day.
Thanks. Have a great day.